What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Sports Bluff. I am Tristan Bunn, and I'm so excited for the 2025 football season. We're just a couple weeks away, but before we get there, before things officially kick off, there's a couple storylines I really wanted to get into, some that I was excited to talk about and just couldn't wait. One of the ones I want to touch on immediately is Caleb Williams. Anybody watching this has probably heard the rumors that he's been having a bit of a rough training camp, a rough go of it. Okay, that's fine. We can expect one thing or another, but Ben Johnson's been really hard on him. Okay, Ben Johnson has been tough, as he should be, to his young quarterback, trying to get the most out of him. My concern with Caleb Williams always has been, and it appears to be the concern that Ben Johnson and a lot of folks in Chicago are having as well, is his demeanor. It's the way he acts, and it's the leadership issue. You've seen the clips of him, throwing at practice and then just walking off with his, arms slumped, kind of like throwing his hands, mad and upset. And obviously competitors can feel that way. No one's saying they can't. But when you're supposed to be the leader of the football team, as the quarterback, you are the captain. In this sport, a quarterback is not only the most important position in our sport, it's the most important position in any sport. How the team does, they succeed or fail a lot thanks to the quarterback. And we talk so much about talent, arm talent, what you can do with your legs, with your arm, your processing, all of that stuff. And that's all super important. But one thing that it's super easy to overlook, and I think we need to make sure we don't, is leadership. And that always gets brought up when we talk about quarterbacks, is the leadership issue, what they have to elevate their teammates and get the most out of them and have the rest of the team look up to them. I don't know how Caleb Williams does with his teammates. I don't know how they feel about him, but I do know the way he acts and his demeanor, and Ben Johnson's made comments about the way he gets up off the ground after getting sacked and stuff. That affects the team. That affects the psyche of the team, and it slowly moves and just gets into every part of the organization. I want to take this back maybe to a bit of a controversial moment when he, in college, was on video after a loss in the stands crying with his mom. Everyone acted like you were crazy or you were a jerk if you brought that up, and shame on you if you said that had any bearing on how he would be as an NFL quarterback. That has nothing to do with it. This is a young man going through emotions. Okay, that's fair. I'm not going to, end the guy's career over that, but don't act like it's completely unfair to question if those kind of qualities are something you want in your NFL franchise quarterback. I'm not saying he can't grow out of those issues, because obviously he could, but that was a bad sign early on. Everyone thought it was, even if some people wouldn't admit it or acted like you were crazy for noticing it, and those things have carried on. What he can do on the field, he obviously is talented. I am worried that he is so in the mold of being the best athlete for most of his life. He thinks he can survive and make plays when there's nothing to be had. Can Ben Johnson get him to play within his system, play within the offense, be the conductor, orchestrate this team? I don't know. The jury's still out, but I think it's definitely a red flag with the attitude, with the demeanor, especially when the new coach who came from Dan Campbell, who is all about toughness and physicality and owning who you are and being a leader. Is that going to be a problem for Caleb? Can Ben Johnson get that out of him and get him to embrace the leadership role? Hey man, I understand when bad things happen, you're frustrated and you want to throw your arms and you want to, throw something, and I get it. That makes sense, but you can't let the other guys see it. And whether it's fair or not, you can't let the camera catch it, because you're the quarterback, and every single thing you do is going to be scrutinized to a far higher degree than any of your teammates. That's the territory when you play quarterback in the National Football League. It's something we're going to have to keep our eye on. I have my doubts on if he'll be able to shake it ever, let alone this season, but we'll see.